Gold and silver have both had a pretty wild start to August, and if you've been watching the charts, you know neither metal has exactly been boring. Now, let's get into it.
This is not financial advice.
Congratulations to Raspberry Hedgehog for beating BBA to the first comment award. My hat goes off to you. That's a difficult thing to achieve, so well done to you. Now, before we get into anything juicy, I'm just going to quickly showcase some pickups that I bought. I bought myself a quarter sovereign from Atkinsons, and I also got a George of the Dragon style 1 ounce silver Britannia. So I was talking to Diaxis because I really wanted to try and add a bit more gold to my stack and to Verminator, my poucho, and there was a budget option for £220, or I could have bought the new 2026 quarter sovereign, but that would have been around £260. And yeah, Diaxis was saying to me, mate, you're still getting the same amount of gold, but you could be saving so much more money. So in the end, I decided to go with that. And I am generally really happy with what Atkinson sent me, because what they've actually done is sent me a 2023 coronation of the king wearing his crown. And I mean, I don't own anything like this, really like the effigy with the royal family wearing their crowns. And as you can see here in this capsule, it is absolutely tiny. This capsule is meant for 1/10 ounce gold Britannias, but to find capsules for these, I was looking online and they all come with boxes and they're about £30, and I don't want to spend that on trying to protect it, so it'd be fine in here for the time being. But yeah, I mean, fantastic buy. You can't really go wrong with that. I mean, I saved money, and the money that I did save went towards a 1 ounce silver George of the Dragon, as you can see here. And I've got it next to the 1820 crown. And yeah, the back, the only difference really is instead of the sword in the new one, he has got the spear. But I do actually really think this design is kind of cool. It is a little bit more than just the average Britannia, but as long as it doesn't get covered in milk spot like the Royal Mint coins do, I'm sure, I'd be able to get back some of that premium in a later date, and at least, both of these are capital gains tax exempt. So really, it's a win-win. It's a lot for me to add to my stack currently. I wasn't sure if my job was safe, and I didn't really want to go out and spend too much money. This is pretty much my budget for the whole month gone. But yeah, what do you guys think about the quarter sovereigns? Do you think, long term it may be good, especially being capital gains tax exempt? I do really like them. I think I will have to try and get some more. But yeah, like I said, this, even though it is so small, it's 220 to 260, still quite a lot of money. But yeah, that's not a bad get, is it, really? Getting a budget one and getting a Carnation Crown version. So happy with that. Now, that's enough about me. Let's get back into it. At the time of recording, gold is sitting around the $4,400 an ounce, which works out roughly to around $3,260 an ounce in the UK. Silver's around $66, or approximately 48 to 49 pounds an ounce. Gold has started finding its feet again after the big correction we saw earlier in the year. One of the main reasons has been weaker economic data coming out of the US, which has shifted expectations around interest rates. And generally speaking, when markets start thinking interest rates might stop rising, that can make gold more attractive. Now, obviously, this isn't financial advice. Use your own initiative. Buy what you can afford. No one's pressuring you. It's not a race, but stacking is a good way of storing wealth long term. Anyway, there's also still plenty of safe haven demand around whatever investors become nervous about the economy or geopolitical uncertainty. Gold tends to get more attention, but silver has arguably been even more interesting. Silver has been extremely volatile this year, and even with it now around 66 or just under £49 an ounce, it's still a long way below the highs we saw earlier in 2026, which was absolutely crazy. The interesting thing with silver is that they've also stopped the physical supply and demand story. The silver market is expected to record its sixth consecutive annual supply deficit in 2026, meaning overall demand is still expected to exceed newly available supply. Physical investment in things like silver bars and coins is also expected to remain strong. Now, none of this guarantees silver suddenly shoots higher. We all know silver can move very quickly in both directions, but for stackers, I think that's what makes the current market so interesting. Gold is still here sitting at a historical very high levels, whilst silver still has that combination of investment demand and persistent market deficit. So what are you doing at these prices? Are you buying gold? Are you buying silver? Or are you sitting back and just waiting for the dip? By the way, thank you for still being here. If you're still here and you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe and feed the algorithm god so hopefully it can push my channel to new heights. Thank you for being part of the Seolfor Hordian journey. And if you're still sticking around, if you wait till the end, you can see what has kindly been donated into the treasure hunt. And this you will not want to miss. Another thing that I've been thinking a lot about recently from obviously watching other channels, and it's about the saying, you are the company you keep. And it made me wonder, does that only mean the people physically around you? Or can it include the people you listen to, watch, and learn from? Because realistically, most of us aren't going to have Warren Buffett sitting across the table giving us investing advice. But can we read books written by people with decades of experience? We can listen to podcasts, watch knowledgeable content creators, and learn from people who understand projects we want to get better at. For me, that could be investing, stocks and shares, understanding charts, business, accounting, even just becoming more disciplined with money and life in general. And I think that still counts as a form of mentorship. Obviously, it's not quite the same as having somebody personally take you under their wing. A book can teach you something, but it can't look at what you're doing and say, misunderstood this bit. That's where real relationships and experienced people become incredibly valuable. But I think you can almost build your own little circle of mentors. One person through a book might teach you investing, another creator might teach you about business. An accountant could teach you how money actually works behind the scenes. Someone else might teach you discipline, health, or just to make better decisions. The important thing in choosing carefully who you allow to influence you, because if you spend hundreds of hours assuming somebody's ideas, whether you've met them or not, you're going to be influenced in the way you think. So maybe becoming the best version of yourself starts by deliberately choosing your company, even when some of that company lives inside a book or on the other side of a screen. I mean, yeah, it's something I've been thinking about, and some of the books I've picked up, I've got here, as you see, I've got What's Your Dream, I've got Money, I've got Automatic Habits, I've got Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I mean, is there anything that you guys are reading, or do you have any mentors that help you with financing? Just overall become a better person? I mean, please leave your comments down below. I'd love to learn from you also. Now, this is something that has been kindly donated into the treasure hunt. I was blown away when I received it. I mean, the generosity is of people within stacking is just mind blowing, and I am truly thankful for everybody who has donated. There has also been things donated which I haven't yet shown, and that's not on purpose. I just didn't want to show everything until it was finally time to hide the treasure. Anyway, we'll get into that later. So this was donated by Zeus from Stackers Social, and it is a 10-ounce bar of Lady of Liberty, and it's a pamp bar. I was looking online, and these go for anything from around 550 to 600 pounds. I mean, that is absolutely crazy that someone's able to donate something so generous, because I personally couldn't afford to put something this amazing in. So thank you, Zeus, and the Silver Spoon gang on Slacker Social, and whoever does find this treasure in the end, you're seriously going to have a nice little stack building up. But yeah, please leave all your comments and everything down below. It's a pleasure having you all on this journey, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!